Hey guys, it's Charlie and today is day 29 of my 30 videos in 30 days on working, teaching, and living abroad. Today's video is a video for you to save money while abroad on food. So this is one of the areas that I am interested in because I enjoy saving money and I enjoy food. So in the description box I already posted the video that I made about being a vegetarian abroad and how I save money. But this video specifically is in general how to save money abroad on food. So tip number 1, don't eat in tourist areas. Eating in tourist areas can be expensive, but not only expensive, you're paying more money on food that isn't all that great. The price for the food to cater to foreigners' taste, the price is going to be a lot higher. Not only that, the food isn't going to be all that great because it's not the actual culture's food. They're trying to cater to foreigners. So the price is going to be high and it's not going to be that good. So you might as well just not eat there. So don't eat in foreigner spots. When you see tons of foreigners, you probably don't want to eat there. Tip number 2, eat the native dishes. Eat dishes that are found in the country that the natives eat. Not only should you not go to foreigner spots, you should also not eat foreigner foods. So try and take a look around. What do the natives usually eat? Maybe you can learn about some of the dishes before you go to that country so that you can see the types of dishes they have. That way you have an idea on what types of things you can ask for. So when you're at a restaurant, be sure to eat what natives eat because natives aren't going to spend tons of money like foreigners who are tourists and are just, on vacation. Usually tourists have some money to spend, saved, things like that. But natives, they eat daily in the country and they're not going to usually spend tons of money for their food. So always check on where the locals are eating and what they're eating. On to tip number 3. Cook at home as much as possible. So that's tip number 3. As much as possible, cook at home. Eating out can be fun and you get to learn about the local food, but it can get expensive. This is especially good for people who are staying long term, such as myself. I usually stay for 1 year at a time in one place. So people like me who have a place to live, have a kitchen, we should make use of it. So be sure to cook at home and get creative with foods. And with that tip, I want to give you the next tip, which is tip number 4. Buy foods in the grocery store that locals always buy. It's kind of a similar thing as eat the local dishes. So for example, in Korea, I wouldn't buy a watermelon. Watermelons in Korea are usually $20. You won't really see many Koreans purchasing a watermelon. It's really expensive. Try and purchase dishes or fruits and vegetables in the market that are different and not what you're used to eating. Because these are usually the local foods, the native dishes and the native foods. And they're going to be a lot cheaper than something that you would have back home that's probably imported or even like, for example, a certain type of cereal brand or breakfast dish. For example, maybe you would have cereal for breakfast. Find out what the natives eat, the locals eat for breakfast and cook that because that's probably going to be a lot less expensive over time compared to your brand name cereal that you're used to eating from home. So be sure to check what locals eat or buy at the grocery store. Another food that would be expensive in Korea, I'm giving these examples because I can't think of any for Mexico or Thailand or the other places, but the one that I can think of right now is Korea. In Korea, an avocado would be like $5. Maybe a little bit more, but usually around $5. When here in the US, where I am, you can probably get 1 for $1 or sometimes 2 for $1 or even more maybe, but usually around 1 to 2 for $1, while in Korea it would be $5. So you wouldn't buy an avocado usually, unless you're really desperate, in Korea. So be sure to scan the area when you get to the place. Look at the grocery store and compare prices. When you see that things are really expensive and you wouldn't pay for them, look towards the things that are sold in the country and produced in that country. Okay, the next tip is number 5. Number 5 is to go out to eat with friends. This can kind of go with my other tip, which was to cook at home. Cook at home as much as possible, but when you go out to eat, try and bring friends along. When you bring friends along, you can split your meals. And a lot of countries are community eaters. They like to eat with people. So this is a great way to not only have company, but to save money by splitting the meal. Even if you don't split the meal, you can probably just split dessert and still save money. Okay, my last tip is to stop thinking that everything is so cheap. When we go abroad, a lot of countries have really good prices. And a lot of times I find myself saying, and then you end up buying like 3 or 4 of them, or you end up spending a lot more money. It's kind of like going to the dollar store. You see all of these things that are $1 and you just buy more, and so you end up spending the same or even more money than you would have because you have that mentality of everything is so cheap. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for my last video for this series. Bye! The peanut butter in Korea. Peanut butter, no, what peanut butter? Was peanut butter expensive? No, what's another food that's expensive? Oh yeah, this can kind of go with my other tip about only eating out at home.